Hi there, we're Paul and Carole Loves to Travel, and today we're talking about everything that really gets on our nerves about cruising. We love cruising. Not everything. 7 things, actually. I'm holding up my hand at 5. So 7 things that really get on our nerves when we're cruising. We love cruising, as you know, if you've been following us for a while. But there are things that really get our goat.
That's right. I don't know if any of you got a goat, but this is what gets ours.
Yeah, that's true. So the first thing that sends us round the bend is
people not washing their hands or using the sanitizers. I see it all the time. You get men going to the toilet, not just number 1s, but number 2s. They walk out.
Do we need that much detail?
Yes, we do. And then the trouble is, they don't wash their hands. They open the door.
Yeah.
You wash your hands. You have to open the door.
Yeah.
What you've just...
It is a real bugbear of ours.
You've just washed your hands and you've just wasted your time. I will say, there is elements of this where better design in the toilets would eliminate this. There's been some cruise ships we've been on where they'll have towel dispensers right by the door. So when you get to the door, you can use a towel to open it, throw a towel in the bin as the door's closing behind you. Job's a good one. And people going into restaurants, not using the hand sanitizers. I don't know if they think it's sulfuric acid that's going to come out on their hands. It's not. It's just a hand sanitizer.
It's simple things, isn't it? And what do you do at home? Do you not wash your hands? So this is a big bugbear. Paul did mention about the tissues. And one thing we did notice on the Morale Discovery, which we were very pleased with, was that they had the tissue dispenser right by the door. But you still had to put the tissue back behind you. So, do a walkthrough and say, actually, there needs to be a tissue bin outside the door. So simple things. So there is a lot that cruise companies we could do.
Or some of them as well, they have a button you can press, which will open the door for you. So a bit of old elbow on the button, door opens. No need to touch the door on the way.
No, but in an ideal world, it should all be non-touched, isn't it? In a lot of toilets now, you just hold your hand, you hover, and you go out. So that is a big bugbear.
You hover and you go.
No, sometimes you do if
that's another story. So, people saying, all the time, I can't believe there's norovirus on the so-and-so ship. But
wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
One of the best things we did see actually was on Independence of the Seas.
Yes.
And they had a great lady who was this big personality outside the Windjammer buffet. And she was like washy, singing sort of a song. And it had all the passengers in hysterics, but also it made them do it, didn't it? It made them use the sanitizer. So I think cruise companies need to be a bit more creative about having crew that are promoting this this good practice. Yeah. Because that really worked well, didn't it? And that was we often see, I wonder if there'll be a wishy-washy, a washy-washy woman on there. I know. Wishy-washy, my hat's got floppy. Yeah. No, anyway.
Washy-washy.
We digress. So, so that's our first thing that really, really drives us crazy. Yeah. So people, just wash your hands. Simple. So the second thing that drives us crazy is rudeness.
Yeah, it's not just rudeness to staff, rudeness to other passengers. People, I know you've paid a lot of money to go on your holiday and you expect everything to be like 100% perfect, but unfortunately, in the real world, that can't always be the case. But being rude to a member of staff who works long hours, they're really, really trying their best to make your holiday the best it can be, being rude to them isn't going to help the situation at all.
No, it's not.
We've seen it many times before. And, if it's English people doing it, you feel embarrassed, but it's not just an English thing. It's obviously
worldwide. We've seen everyone
different
do
races,
it, on so many occasions, which is really, really sad. I think it's all about being a good human being, really, isn't it? It's simple rules. You say please, you say thank you, you smile. And if you have got a complaint or an issue, then raise it, but don't do it in a contentious or a rude manner. It's just so sad to see, I think.
Just remember what your mum would have said to you on how to treat people. If you treat people how you'd like to be treated yourself, you're not going to go far wrong.
Exactly. Oh, that's nice memories, isn't it? So that's another thing that we really, makes us pretty mad. So here's the third thing that drives us crazy. Lifts.
Or elevators.
Elevators. Lifts are just a nightmare, particularly when we're going on cruises with Paul's dad, who's in a mobility scooter. People do not wait for you to get out of a lift. Why not? How do they think they're going to get in there when the lift's already packed? But they're fighting to get in before you even get out.
Yeah. Yes, that's obviously another bugbear of ours. We do sound like a couple of homeowners, don't we? But
we are. We're very happy people normally, but this is a few things we're getting off our chest today.
Yes. When you're waiting for a lift, you don't stand with your face up against the door like that. Stand back a bit. So when the door opens, especially if if it's our faces there. But stand back a bit. So if they are getting out on your floor, they get out first, and then you get in after. Now, I know this sounds like such a silly thing to be explaining to people, but you'd think...
The amount of times...
Oh, God. And then I've got my dad. He's on his little mobility scooter. He'll be waiting there. The door's open. People just walk past him.
Yes,
just so...
rude.
I mean, going back to number 2, so rude. But, he's an old fella in his 80s. Of course, then he'll just sit there. I tell him to run people over. Because if I was on there, I'd run him over. And when he's in the lift... And the lift door opens. Sure enough, there's somebody there with their face up against the door, and then he can't get out. And it's like, if you want to ever, when you're a child, you think, oh, I'd love it if I was invisible. If you want to be invisible, be on a wheelchair. Because, unfortunately, you're on a wheelchair. It's just people think that it doesn't matter. It's just so frustrating. And just let the old fella out. So
we got into a real... Yeah, that's right. We got into a real... military sort of manoeuvre, wasn't it? I would hold the door open, you would shout, right, Dad, go back, just run them over if they don't get out the way. And that did make people move. So we made a bit of a joke of it in the end, but it is a real difficulty. And talking to friends that have travelled with someone in a wheelchair, they have the same thing. Why can't people just be nice and see that actually... We have had some lovely people who have actually got out of lifts. We
were on one of the smaller Morella ships, and
the celebration.
Their lifts only owed like 4 people.
Yeah.
And the lift doors opened.
And they got out.
Dad was sat there, and these people just like, oh, come on then, and they got out and waited for the next lift.
Yeah, and that is just.
That sort of gesture is one of the things that makes your holiday. But when you've got people just clambering all over your 80-odd-year-old dad, and pushing past him. It's just unacceptable.
It is.
So that's number 3. Use the lifts properly. Right, number 4 is sunbed hoggers.
Yeah, hate them.
Yeah. Now, obviously, logic will dictate that there's never going to be enough sunbeds for everybody on the ship, unless the sun deck is about 73 miles long, which obviously is not going to happen. But you'll get people get up. I mean, fair play to them. You've got to be committed to be a bed hogger, because you have to get up at a stupid time. Put a load. I mean, we've been on cruises where people will actually reserve 2 beds because of the position of the sun. So they want to be on one side in the morning and on the other side in the afternoon. And some people will put towels out on beds and then get off and go on an excursion and expect that that's going to be there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just
people are selfish.
Yes. Obviously, it's all about things that drive us mad. So that properly drives us mad. But I do have to say that the staff, the cruise staff, they need to step up to the plate a bit more as well, because I know it. They're all stretched to the limit and what have you.
Nobody likes confrontation, do they? So it is a difficult one.
Yeah. But the cruise staff, they need to step up to the plate, because you've got people going around all the time, with their little trolleys, do you want a drink, sir, etc., etc. So they know if there hasn't been somebody on that sunbed for an hour. And if there hasn't been somebody on that sunbed for an hour, then the stuff should be removed.
Yeah, and there are some cruise lines apparently, and we've never seen it, but we've heard, but not seen it ourselves, is they put down if the bed hasn't been used for 30 minutes or 1 hour, they leave a note on there to say your things have been removed because you haven't been here for 1 hour, and they're taken to the towel place or whatever. Yeah. And that's really good practice, because that's fair. But I don't think that it's actually policed that well, is it? And it does cause contention. It's really difficult for staff members because as we've said for number 2, people can be really rude. So it is a difficult one. But why would you do that? Why would you think it's acceptable to get up, put a towel on they always put a book on, don't they? A book and some suntan lotion is normally there, and a couple of pegs on the top. Yeah. Like the peg. And then they just bugger off, and it's wrong, isn't it?
Is that a peg or a spider?
Well, I don't know. But anyway.
So that is...
Number 4. Number four. Of
So,
things that really, really drive us mad. So don't be a selfish human being. If you want to use the sunbed, then use it. But if you're not going to be there, remove your towel so someone else can use it. Thank you. So number 5 of things that drive us mad on a cruise ship
is talking in the theatre. What I like about the theatre is you have to sometimes queue up to get in there. People go in and get really good seats, and then they will proceed to talk all the way through the show.
Drives us mad, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, you're not allowed to hit them around the head with a rolled up newspaper, but
but it's very tempting.
But it's very tempting.
Yeah.
There's so many lovely places on the ship to go and have a chat. The theatre isn't one of them.
No, and we've had it. Even if you give them the death stare, don't you? For which I've done quite a few times. So you don't want to be confrontational, but it is. Why would you go and sit there? Everyone's watching a beautiful performance of something, and there's someone just yarraping on about stuff
and she
behind
does give a good death stare, believe me. I've had 20 plus years of death
That's
stares.
right, yeah.
And another thing, I mean, we all love to have a sing-along, but just remember that when there's music playing on the stage and there's a song... No, I'm not talking about my dad. I'm talking about people in general. Just remember that when you're singing, you're this far from the person in front whose ears are right there, and you might not be quite as good a singer as you think you are.
Exactly.
So, try and keep the singing in the head. No talking. It's like being back at school.
It is.
But just think to yourself, oh, do I want to have a chat to these 4 people? Yes, I do. Okay, well, we won't go in to see the show tonight then.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's another one of our bugbears is people talking in the theatre. So number 6.
Yes, number 6. She's good at numbers. She can really go up. That's why it's only 7 things that we don't like, because Carol can't count to 10
he nearly
He nearly can. Buffet etiquette. Now, us Brits, we love a good queue. We'll just queue up, even when we don't know what's at the front of the line, we'll just queue up. But you'll be in a queue, you're just waiting for them chips or a nice roast potato or something, somebody pushes past you. Stay in the queue. Just don't do it, please.
Don't get between Paul and his roast potatoes.
That's right.
There's a warning
if they
there.
run out, they will bring some more out, I promise you. And another thing, people see it time and time again. They get a plate out. They got the plate. They're holding it against their, what am I going to have today? They do a good old lap of the buffet. They can't find anything they like or think, oh, maybe I'll come back later. Then they put that plate
back on the
pile of clean plates that they've rubbed all their hands over and all over their chest.
Lovely.
And then obviously there's tongs everywhere to pick food up. They're there for a reason.
But the amount of people you see just using their hands to pick up food, and then if they don't fancy it, putting it back. What's all that about?
It's like,
So just buffet etiquette is where it was. Remember that time on the ship when I had a woman just poking me in the back with a tray, and I thought I was going to lose it, but I kept my cool. Just it's not about just etiquette, isn't it? It's about being
I mean, I usually go fast enough where nobody can poke me in the back with a tray because I'm in the zone by then. But
just remember the
just be nice, people. Buffet etiquette. There's enough for everybody. Don't panic.
Yeah, that's it, Mr. Mannering. So number 7 is actually all about the feedback that we've got on our Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter. We wondered if all the things that make us mad is the same of all our cruising friends and in our social media followers. So we asked the question this morning, what makes you mad? And interestingly, all the things that we've mentioned before have come up. But these were the ones that came up today, which actually we thought, do you know what? There's lots of things that make us mad.
I've got my glasses on now. It's not bad editing. It's right. This number 1 seems to be vaping. In non-smoking areas. Yeah,
lots of people have said about this. People think that it's acceptable to vape in any of the public areas, and there doesn't seem to be any policing of it. In effect, it's still smoking, so it should be done in obviously the designated areas. But that was a big comment from a lot of people, wasn't it? People vaping.
So if you are doing that, can you kindly vape off?
We can't say that, Paulie Morgan.
General door slamming.
Yes.
In all hours of the day and night.
Our friend Laura brought that up, didn't she?
Yeah.
And also mornings, people slamming their doors early in the morning when you have a bit of a line, but also talking loudly in the corridors at like 2 a.m. After having.
I mean, we're always tucked up in bed by then, obviously, because we always like an early night and never drink or anything.
No.
generally, I mean, how ironic is this on this video? Moaning about everything, which is what we've been doing for the last, like, 15
But there are
minutes
some people that
whatever.
are just what we call half-empty people. Whatever they had, they could be on the best ship, with the best food, with the best entertainment. They will always find something to moan about. And some people just are miserable, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people have said, that everyone hates a moaner.
Yes. And the last one is showing off about how cheap a cruise they got.
Nobody wants to know. You may have got a good deal, you may have booked early, you may have booked a late deal, but actually nobody really cares. And sitting there, nobody likes a boaster. No. Moaners and boasters aren't welcome in our world.
We're the best at boasting, aren't we?
Well, you can be.
No, I'm only boasting. But no, I know.
You're only boasting.
Boasty. So
that was a really interesting conversation that we've had on our social media. And we've got a Facebook page, if you didn't know, which we'll put the link in below, which we have lots of fun banter about cruising, but travel in general. We're always having a discussion about all sorts. We're also on Twitter and we're also on Instagram, and we do put all our stuff on our Instagram stories too. So if you don't follow us already, then make sure you do in the comments below.
And the very last thing that we don't like about cruising is having to leave.
Yeah, that feeling when you know you have to pack in the afternoon because you're going out to dinner, and then you have to put your case out, and that just is so depressing.
They shouldn't make you do that.
They shouldn't. No, they shouldn't.
But they do.
They do. So so that's we hope you've enjoyed our general rant about the 7 things that we actually really find frustrating about cruising. But we love cruising. We'll be cruising till the end. So till
the cows come home.
Till the cows come home. So we hope you really enjoyed our video. Make sure you watch this video next, because we've got lots of interesting information and discussions about all things to do with cruising. So we've been Paul and Carole Loves to Travel, and we hope you join us again for our next video.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.